The villagers were desperate to find Ugama, their concern palpable as they gathered at the village square. The youths decided to divide themselves into several groups, each taking a different path in the search for her. After many exhausting days of searching, their efforts seemed futile and hope began to fade. Then a hunter from a nearby village stumbled upon her at the bank of a river, which was 4 villages away from Ugama's home. By the time they found Ugama, she was unconscious and had lost her memory, leaving everyone in a state of shock. The villagers quickly carried her back, praying for her recovery and hoping she would regain her memories. As they reached the village, a sense of urgency filled the air. The healer was summoned immediately to tend to Ugama. With deep focus and gentle hands, the healer began her work, hoping to bring Ugama back from the brink. As the villagers waited anxiously, whispers filled the air, speculating about what had happened to Ugama during her absence. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Ugama stirred, her eyes slowly fluttering open, revealing a blankness that sent shivers through the crowd. As Ugama slowly opened her eyes, the faces around her blurred into strangers, except for the comforting figure of her mother. Glimpses of her past danced elusively in her mind, but the words that escaped her lips made little sense to those who listened. Obinna watched in silence, his heart heavy with confusion and exhaustion, as he struggled to comprehend the chaos unfolding before him. Feeling increasingly overwhelmed by the weight of the situation, Obinna made the difficult decision to leave the village behind. As he packed his belongings, a sense of relief washed over him, knowing he needed space to clear his mind and seek peace. The journey to the new town felt both liberating and daunting, filled with uncertainties about what lay ahead. Upon arriving in the new town, Obinna took a deep breath, absorbing the unfamiliar sights and sounds that promised a fresh start. As he settled into his new surroundings, a flicker of hope ignited within him, urging him to embrace the opportunities that awaited. In the days that followed, Obinna began to forge new connections, slowly letting go of the burdens that had weighed him down. Obinna stepped out of the village seeking solace, and a fresh start, quickly finding companionship in new friendships. He often reached out to his old friends, wondering about Ugama's well-being and the challenges she faced. Meanwhile, Emeka remained by Ugama's side, grappling with his own struggles as his company reached out from the USA for updates on his situation. As he shared his ordeal with them, the looming threat of job termination added pressure to his already heavy heart. Faced with this ultimatum, Emeka made a hasty decision, booking an emergency flight back to the USA to save his job. With a heavy heart, he left Ugama behind, hoping that their paths would cross again in a brighter future. Obinna continued to enjoy his new life, yet the memories of his village and Ugama lingered in his thoughts. As he built new experiences, he couldn't shake off the feeling that something was missing. His heart often returned to the bonds he had left behind. In moments of solitude, he would pull out his phone and dial Ugama's number, hoping to hear her voice and share stories from afar. One day, Emeka called and insisted that the phone should be kept beside the bed where Ugama lay, hoping to stir memories from their childhood. He always sang the song that he and Ugama sang together from childhood, a melody that echoed through their shared memories. That action helped Ugama to start recollecting her past with Emeka, each note unlocking fragments of joy and laughter they once shared. With each passing moment, the familiar lyrics danced in her mind, weaving a tapestry of their innocent love and carefree days. As memories flooded back, Ugama felt warmth enveloping her heart, bridging the years lost in silence between them. Determined to reconnect, she picked up the phone, her heart racing with anticipation as she dialed Emeka's number. As the phone rang, she closed her eyes, envisioning all the moments they had shared, longing to hear his voice once more. Finally, Emeka's voice came through the line, familiar and warm, instantly soothing her nerves and filling her with hope. "Ugama, I've missed you," he said, and those simple words wrapped around her like a comforting embrace from the past. When Obinna heard that Ugama has recovered, excitement surged through him, and he quickly made his way back to the village, eager to see her again. Upon arriving, he felt a mix of hope and anxiety as he approached her home, heart pounding in his chest. As he entered, he caught sight of Ugama, her eyes wide with confusion, as she looked at him, unaware of their shared past. Despite showing her the wedding pictures, Ugama shook her head firmly, insisting that she did not recognize him at all. Obinna's heart sank as he realized the weight of her words. The love they once shared now seemed like a distant memory to her. Determined not to give up, he explained their history, recounting stories of their laughter and dreams for the future. As he spoke, she began to search his face for familiar traces of the love that once bound them together. Slowly, a flicker of recognition crossed her features, igniting a spark of hope in Obina's heart. Encouraged by her change in demeanor, Obina gently took her hands, reminding her of the warmth they once shared as a couple. Tears welled up in Ugama's eyes as fragments of their past began to resurface, and she wrestled with the confusion that had clouded her mind.